Well, good morning, everyone. Yes, I said morning. It's not 9:30. It's not 5 o'clock. It's 11 o'clock Central Time this morning on Thursday, the 10th. I'm glad you're all here. And I decided to, yeah, it's kind of impromptu. I just set it up last night at like 1 in the morning. So you may be waking up this morning not even realizing this stream was happening. But I like to keep you on your toes every now and then. So that's okay. But I'm glad you guys are showing up, coming in little by little here as we get started. And, I decided that I wanted to have someone join me today. I could have done a kind of what I normally do on my morning streams. You guys know the little kicking back with Craven, I call it. And those are fun. But sometimes it's also fun to shake things up and bring in a friend. And that's what I've done this morning. So I reached out to him last night and asked if he'd be interested in coming on. And he said, sure. So, you know what? It's always a pleasure to have him. It's been a little bit. I say that. It's probably been about a month maybe. But started feeling like it's been too long. So we got to hook up. So he is here now. So I'm going to bring him on, introduce him to you guys again. Real friend of the channel, real friend of mine. Absolute extraordinaire when it comes to gaming. I'm telling you what, man, if you got a question, he has become I have like the bat line, the commissioner. And I reached out to Alex and he has got the hookup for me. So guys, please welcome my friend. And you guys know him as Podcast Now. What's up, Alex?
That's a great analogy. I like it. No, hello. Thank you for having me. Always awesome to be here. We talk about it all the time. The community is awesome. You're awesome. We always have a blast and a natural kind of back and forth. So it was a little last minute there last night.
But it was like, right.
Why not?
Oh, I appreciate that. Yeah, man. Normally we plan things out like a week ahead of time usually, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna text Alex. It's like 12:30 in the morning, and I'm like, and he's like, yeah. I wasn't sure if I was gonna get a response, but he is a couple hours behind me.
An hour behind you.
An hour behind me. Yeah. And so I'm like, that worked out. But yeah, I'm glad you're here, buddy. It is always a great time, and
yes.
I love it when we go back and forth on each other's channels, and it's always fun, whether you're hosting or I'm hosting. I love it, no matter what.
Either way.
Either way, it is. Real quick, we're going to dive into the topic today. But real quick, just want to say hi to Tori. Tori's in the house. Mark is here. Xtron is here. Says you always have unexpected streams. That's right, man. I'm doing good, Xtron. I hope you are as well. And Larissa's in the house. What's going on, Larissa? Hope you're doing well as well. And I know there's other folks here that haven't chatted. So all of you that are here that are watching, thank you for joining the stream this morning. And real quick, before Alex and I dive in, because once we dive in, man, we're going deep. So before we do that, I want to do a real quick shout out to all of my channel members and patrons. You guys are awesome. You guys are, you keep the lights on for the channel every month, and I really appreciate your support. So I want to turn the spotlight on you for just a little bit here before we get started. And so, guys, this is for you. Thank you so much. I appreciate every single one of you. Here we go. All right. Thank you, guys. Much appreciated. And also, last thing I want to mention is just a reminder, Alex and I will get started on our conversation tonight. That's it. Well, we can tell I'm used to streaming at night today. And we'll try to engage with you guys as much as possible. Of course, always send your questions in. If you have a question for us about the topic or a comment, and we'll try to get to all of them or as many as possible. However, if you do want to have your question answered for sure, without any doubt, send in a super chat and I'll make sure that you move to the very front of the line. And I promise you that we will cover your question if it's a super chat, we guaranteed. All right. And then we'll get to as many as possible who, as well, of course, as we always do. But just want to get that out there so you guys know. Extron, I love seeing your name on there too, buddy. Looks great seeing you on there on that channel members list, man. I love it. And also, real quick, Pluto's in the house. What's going on, Pluto? And Glory74. Hello, everyone. So, hello to you too. We are doing great. We're so glad you're here for our morning discussion with Alex. We're going to be talking about Scream 6. And Marie's popping in saying hello. What's up, Marie? Yeah, you made it just in time. All right. Okay, guys. So here we go. The topic is, you guys saw the subject matter. Jenna Ortega, Alex. We'll start there. Let's start here at the beginning, if you will, of what this spurred this on. So last night, or yesterday, I should say, there was an article that on Entertainment Tonight by Jenna Ortega. And I actually have the article. I'm going to pull up on screen so we can just kind of review it. So if everyone here, oh, by the way, everyone, I want to say up front, if you've not subscribed to Podcast Now, I'm going to tell you right now, it's there, a link to his channel is in the description of this stream. But make sure you guys are subscribed to his content. Unbelievable gaming content, and he also loves the Scream franchise, right?
It's quite the contrast.
It is. It's great. So he posts Scream videos regularly, and so you don't want to miss his coverage of Scream. You really don't. Trust me. So make sure you're subscribed. You're very welcome. And he also put a video out, as well as I did, both of us yesterday, Alex. We did a video on this topic. So if you have not seen his video on it or mine on the channel, I posted it kind of late last night, so you may not even have seen it yet. Be sure and check them both out, all right? And then you'll get some of the information here, but we also have different takes on our own videos. So
yeah.
All right, so here we go. Jenna Ortega was interviewed, and she was asked about Neve Campbell, the absence of Neve, and here's what she says. She says, I feel like this is Jenna Ortega. I feel like I can't really speak too much on that just because it's not necessarily my character, she shared. But I will say there's so much going on in this next one that it's so action heavy and so gore heavy that I think you're going to be distracted almost. So let's just stop here, and we'll do the next quote about Neve in a minute. So, okay, Alex, I want to hear your thoughts first. So, this is not the first time Jen has mentioned this. Remember, months ago, she said how it's like the most violent and aggressive Ghostface is what she said, and that it was more gory every page she watched, turn to the script. So give me your initial thoughts now, knowing that was said like back in seriously like May or so. And and now she adds to it, and she's saying here once again, it's so action and gore heavy that it's going to distract us from Neve even being there. So what are your thoughts on that, man? What do you think?
So how I've read it and how I said in the video or my video, action to me means like the physicality to like survivors to Ghostface. It could also include like chase scenes and throwing things. So I like hearing that I think means that we were heard when we, said there's no chase scenes and lack of variety, stuff like that in 5. So I like hearing that. The gore thing, I don't really care. I've said that before where it's like, I don't really go into any movie like looking for gore. I definitely don't go into a Scream movie looking for gore. I go in, I guess, look like part of the reason looking for unique kills and unique chases and like outcomes, but not necessarily like, and I've said, I feel like Wes's death is probably the most gory we've ever gotten. I don't know if, because like, Dewey's actually could be considered it too. But I think Wes, just with how long it took, for the knife, we won't describe it too much for YouTube purposes, but for that kill, I thought that was probably the most like intense they've ever actually done, and I was fine with it. So I kind of use that as an example of like that's fine with me. But maybe you'll agree. I didn't watch your video yet either, where it's like I'm just a little concerned that. Does she literally mean there's so much action, so much gore that's like the main aspect and you can't focus on anything else? Because an issue with 5 is characters and you know what I mean, and expanding on them and actually making them good. So I just hope not just the Neve thing, not just will it distract us from Neve. Did they build in enough stuff for these characters, or are we just going to watch characters we don't care about get killed, which is what we saw
Right.
in 5 for the most part. You know what I
Right.
mean? So
True.
that's my worry if it's true, or if that's how if that's how it ends up happening. Um, but at the same time, I'm definitely happy about the action part. That action part, because I really do believe that means like physicality, chases, hiding
Hmm.
under thing, like that kind of stuff. I think people have pointed out all of the mains have stunt doubles. So like Tara,
Hmm.
Sam, Kirby, and Gale on the IMDb or whatever, they all have people that are stunt.
Ooh.
Which, remember, you could look into that for 5, and that actually helped us find the killers. I'm pretty sure for Ricky and Amber.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
but I think stunt people, them having stunt people does mean they're going to be in pretty physical things because
That's
they don't
right.
do it. So I saw that yesterday, and maybe I'll make a
Ah.
video. Maybe we could both make videos on that. But
Yeah.
but that's good. I want to see. We know like Tara hiding in a fridge seems to be like a thing that'll happen.
Right. Remember
So
that shot of her in the fridge? She like,
yeah,
yeah.
a
I wonder
little
if,
Indiana Jones. So
yeah. Yes. Dude. Wow. Yeah, that's interesting about the stunt doubles. I'll have to definitely that's definitely video worthy
yeah,
for sure. Just to mention, um, and I believe the same thing, man. And real quick, I just wanted to say hi. A few folks have joined. Polar's in the house. What's up, Polar? Danny's in the house. Says I have your stream open and Night Watch Zone stream open. That's awesome, man. I forgot Night was even streaming, man. I didn't even think about that. We usually don't. We try not to stream on it at the same time, and I completely forgot, man. Oh well, hopefully, it happens. That was a total accident, though.
there's so many YouTubers in the world that people are going to stream over each other at some point in their
Yeah,
life.
that's true, and it's the first time it's happened in like ages. I completely forgot because now that I remember, he normally starts like a lot earlier, like at 9 o'clock. So but apparently he's still streaming. So that's all right. That's okay. It happens. It happens sometimes. But anyway, good to see you, Polar. Glad you're here. Polar says, where's it at? I just saw this. Where's it? Oh, here it is. I just commented on my opinions about Scream 6 on night streams. I think of a chunk of you there. Apparently, people are starting to come over from night stream. What's up, Oracle? 684 is in the house. Ethan's in the house as well. I just want to let you guys know that I see you there. And Ted is here. Ted Ratchet is here as well. Ted mentions Evil Dead, Alex, the game
Yeah.
is a good
Oh yeah, yeah. I think I was
so,
pretty good at Evil Dead when I played it.
I've never played that one. That's
It's fun.
it's interesting. All right. So anyway, we'll get back to topic here. We'll get to hey Carl, what's up, Carl? Good evening from the UK, guys. Just realized you were streaming. Yeah, man. It was
Those
unplanned,
YouTube
literally.
notifications not at work.
Again, I
Again,
know.
as
Again,
usual.
I have had so many people tell me I never got a notification that you were streaming. Never even knew it.
I'll get a
And
notification days after for some people's videos and stuff, and it's like, how
oh
does that even make
man,
sense?
this is okay. Right? Okay. Um, so I'm glad you're here, Carl. And Night Owl just popped in. What's up, Night Owl? Glad you're here as well. Okay. So, Alex, my thoughts on this too, guys. Just for you joining right now, we're talking about Jenna Ortega and her interview yesterday from Entertainment Tonight, and she talked about how in Scream 6 there's going to be it's so action heavy and it's so gore heavy that she thinks we're going to be distracted from the absence of Neve Campbell. So right now we're not getting to the Neve part yet. That's coming. We're just talking about the action and gore heavy. So Alex shared his thoughts, and now I'll piggyback on you, Alex, because really, you and I see this very much the same. I think that I even said in my video, I said I'm predicting now that no, there you go, Night Owl. See there, didn't get the notification either. Frustrating. But I'm glad you found us, Night Owl. I'm glad you're here. So here's the thing. I said in my video, I making a proclamation, guys. I believe we are returning to chases in this franchise finally
Yeah.
after having How many, Alex? 0 in Scream 5. Because I don't count pushing a wheelchair, rolling the, bless her heart.
Why
And
not?
I just can't do it, man. That is not a chase.
Yeah, no, I've never looked at that. Has anybody actually looked at that as a chase scene?
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I don't think so. I think I remember one time someone said, "Well, there was Tara in the hallway," and I'm like, "No, I'm not letting that one go. I'm sorry, that's not a chase." But I do think you're right. I think that we're going to get more chases, action heavy. Action has to be, like you say, it's fighting, it's engaged, it's
Like movement. Yeah.
movement. And I really think it's going to also be the chases, though. I think
Yeah.
that's the big thing. And we've talked so many times on both of our channels about how you're in the New York setting. If they don't take advantage of that and make you alleyways, skyscrapers, subway stations. I mean, there's so many places you could run and chase people. Central Park, for crying out loud, right?
Yeah. You
There's
shouldn't be caught in a room. Like goes. I don't know. They have
no.
to really corner you in order to do that. You can move around in a city.
Yes, that's right. I mean, seriously, yeah. Yeah, in fact, Extron, it's interesting. As I watched Scream 3 this past Saturday night on the channel at like 2:30 in the morning, an impromptu watch party at 2:30 a.m. And what I'm reminded of every time I watch Scream 3, I believe, and I haven't sat down and really, really mathematically done the math, but I'm just telling you from the eye test, watching it, I think Scream 3 has the most chase scenes of any of the films. There are so many chases in that movie, and I love them all.
Yeah.
And we need to get back to that. We need to get back to that. And that's one of the big things on my wish list for 6 is chase scenes return. We get them back.
Yeah.
So I think we're going to get that, man. I really do. This has made me optimistic.
Yeah.
Jenna has given me hope and optimism that it's going to happen. Now, the gore part is interesting too, because it makes me wonder. Because here's the thing: I don't want Scream to become Terrifier 2. Okay, we don't want we.
No,
don't
I wouldn't
that.
go see it.
Right? I know. So
I respect the heck out of that movie, though. I know, I'm into it from like like taking a few steps back from it and looking over it. I respect the heck out of that movie, but yeah, I don't need it. Like the gore, I don't really understand. Gore has never been Scream's thing ever.
No,
ever.
it's not.
So I don't really know. But what I don't know. Like, is that what does she perceive as gore? That's you know what I mean. That she's in Wednesday. She's been in other things. Like her version of gore does not have to be Terrifier to Damien Leone or whatever. It doesn't have to be
That's
that.
right.
So
Good
that's
point.
hopefully how I like. If Wes is gore, then that's fine. I don't really need like what are we gonna have him cut off heads and stuff? Like I don't really need stuff like that.
No,
at all. I don't think that's necessary.
No, it's not, and that's not. I just it would turn it into something different. You know,
Extron Halloween Kills level.
Now that's what I would be okay. I think with that personally. This is personal. I mean, everyone has different thresholds, right? And so, I mean, I don't think I want it to be more than that.
Yeah.
I mean, personally, and like you say, what is her threshold for gore? Because, like you said, gore heavy to her, it might be like you and I may be like,
that's about
like that's the worst case scenario. So it's interesting that she mentions it though, because she mentioned that earlier too, back like in May, where she turns the script. Every time she turns the page, it gets gorier and gorier, and I'm like, so I doubt we'll know until we see it.
Yeah.
But
and like, could it mean just like a large amount of deaths? Could it mean blood? Like what does gore actually mean? I'm thinking about it. I don't know the formal definition. But maybe it just means like and who I don't know if anybody said like the kill count could just be very, very high, and that could lead you to say it's a gory movie because there's so many people that drop dead. You know what I mean? So there's other ways of thinking about it, hopefully.
Yeah.
I like that's one aspect for me, and then the other, like I said, is does it does it take away from the other elements of, because like you need solid characters, and like arguably
Yes.
we don't have those. So we need to start to build that. And even the newer characters, like you got to build them before they die. So again, you can have the longest chase scene in the world, and it could be cool, and we'll praise it for that. But if I don't care about the character, then that's another problem, you know?
It is, man, because it's, and some of these people are going to be they're going to be there just to get killed.
Yeah,
That's
and that's
really
fine.
their
That's
only
fine.
purpose. But at the
Yeah,
same time, you want to be able to spend more than 60 seconds with them too.
yeah,
And it'd be because, like, I mean, look at Scream 1. And again, I hate to compare it. I know, because it's the gold standard, and
yeah,
but still, I mean, hey Lee, just want to say hi real quick. Lee the Nerds pop in while she's drawing. What's up, Lee? Good to see you. And also Eric from Smells Like Teen Horror is here as well. He says the horror fan wants to see a cool subway chase and kill, but I live in New Jersey and can't count how many acts of violence have happened on the subway recently. Hope there's no copycats. Yikes, man, that's awful. I'm sorry to hear that. That's scary. Dude. Well, I have to say I want to see it. You're in that subway set. Yeah, they better do it, bro. I'm telling you, I want to see it. Um, but yeah, the character development's another thing that is way up on my list, my wish list also, because I want to see us to get look at, and that's what I was comparing to the first one. Like all those characters, there was the level that I cared about when they
yeah,
died. Like Tatum,
yeah,
I hated that she had to die. I'm like, oh man, and I felt
yeah,
bad for. I even felt bad for Principal Hembry,
yeah.
believe it or not. I really did. And so, um, I'm with you, man. I hope that they have figured out a way to
Eh,
allow us to care about these folks a little bit, get to know them a little bit
yeah.
before you just kill them off.
And honestly, those are like Tatum is more of like a main cast member than the principal,
Hmm.
or even
Hmm.
like Casey in the beginning. But when you think of the mistake, when I think of the biggest issues with five, like maybe like Liv can be compared, you know what I mean? Like it's not as big of a deal. But when you go to like Chad being a main character and he's not impactful at all, that's when it becomes an issue. When you have core, that would be like Randy, Dewey, like those four. You know what I mean?
Oh,
So you have to focus on your core, and plus a little bit on the others, but at the very least on your core. And you could very much argue like Tara, I've seen even in your chat, even in mine, like I've said it before how much I love Tara. There's plenty of people that think she's like whatever. So that you got that. Obviously, I'm like that with Sam. You have Chad that I think everybody doesn't really care about, and rightfully so. And then you have Mindy, who had some cool scenes, but and she's maybe maybe in a way she's one of the stronger ones. So you know what I mean? They really need to focus on those. So the action and gore, you got to make room for a little character development too.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, exactly, man. And just, yeah, even the core four. I want to.
Olivia is a good example of gore.
Yeah, yeah. There and
Why didn't
again,
I think of that?
yeah. No, that's that. Good point. She's like
I
my
just
favorite.
watched Scream 4 on Halloween.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, that's my favorite sequel, man.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. I think it could be mine too.
I love that
Yeah,
movie.
hers is good. And I saw somebody say Casey even when she's, strung up. I mean, those are good examples of gore, I suppose. If that was it, that's totally fine.
Yeah, for sure. And I don't, and Olivia is not a character that we were able to really get to know very well or anything. We saw her in a
Y
scene, but that's okay because
I still felt
her.
bad.
I did
He
too.
was
I mean, and
destroyed.
the way she was destroyed. That's the word,
Yeah.
destroyed. She was destroyed, dude. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, and it was effective. It was plenty gory,
Yeah.
and it was. I'm like, whoa. When I remember seeing that in theaters the first time. I said, man, Wes is
I
back.
think the blood on, like, every wall was a little bit too not, like, gore too much, but it was a little bit like, what do you I don't know if that's what actually happened. That scene where, where Sydney comes in and just
Right?
everything's red is like, "Alright,
Oh
I don't
yeah.
think you needed to do that."
Oh I loved it personally.
No, I loved it. I did too.
I know it's definitely over the. It's Tarantino. It's a
Yeah.
little Tarantino over the
I think
top.
it was purposefully done like that.
Yes, I think so. I think Wes is like, okay, you know what? You told me in Scream 3 we have to cut back on all the gore. So Wes is like, just go crack. I can picture Wes saying, "Go crazy," like telling
Yeah.
us. I don't know he said that, but I
Yeah.
can picture him being like, "Just go crazy in there. Just make it ridiculous." Um, but I do love that kill and the
Yeah.
knife to the hand. Oh my gosh! Remember, it was a
Which was a
brutal.
reoccurring theme.
Yes,
Knives through hands.
that's right. Oh my gosh. So yeah, I want I don't mind the gore if it's like Olivia, if it's within the context and it makes sense. And um so yeah, I'm with you there. I think we're pretty much aligned on that. Uh and it's just a matter of we have 14 central cast members that we know of right now.
Yeah.
And there was 13 in Scream 5. So hopefully again, I know a lot of these people are going to obviously be there to die. We know that,
Yeah.
but
That's
that's
their
their only
purpose.
purpose. But hopefully,
And we talked about it before. It's possible to make it like because if you kill 2 in the opening, then you're
right.
down to 12, and
That's
it's
true.
it's automatically a easier number, and you've gotten rid of 2, so you can do it, but you have to, I think, have either a bloodbath finale because you got to kill a bunch of people at the end, which would maybe be the best case scenario because you can build up a lot of people throughout the movie to kill a bunch at the end, or you kill 2 to 4. I mean, I just can't imagine you kill more than 2 in the opening is the issue. But killing 2 immediately brings the number down a bit.
It does. And the only thing I can think of too is like if and Pluto left a comment on my video and hey Pluto, I know Pluto's here. So Pluto, I saw your
Oh
comment. I
yeah,
think I already responded, but she left a comment on the video about um, what was I gonna say? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Literally just went, oh, I know what it was. We were talking about like, the third act, right? How did the big final act, third act bloodbath.
yeah,
And Pluto suggested flipping the script and having the big blowout bloodbath to open the movie, and then the rest of the film kind of maybe the end's more of an intimate type of an ending, where less
yeah,
not like this big party with everyone getting killed. I thought
yeah,
that was an interesting idea. I'm like, you know what? I mean, it would definitely be a little switcheroo. It switched things up a little bit, which kind of goes to what we were talking about. Because if you do like a frat party, let's say it's Halloween or a costume party, and the opening is that costume party, and Ghostface is going through there, literally just slicing and dicing throughout the
yeah,
room, just walking, bang, basically. That would be crazy because you could drop 10 bodies
yeah,
in the
yeah,
opening.
yeah.
Now obviously they're going to
But
be
then the
no
thought
name
of the
characters.
script that it gets more as the script goes on is the issue, right?
It's true. She did say that. You're
Um,
right.
it's
Mhm.
probably gonna crescendo or up, whatever,
Yep.
however that
Yep.
works.
That's a very good point. She did say, yeah, it gets gorier and
I like
gorier
that
as it
idea. I like
goes.
the idea of even putting it in the middle. Have the
Yeah.
opening death, have maybe one, and then in the middle you do like a bloodbath. Then you have whoever's left and build them up. Have some mourning time, whatever you want to do, and then get to the ending. And in
Yeah.
a way, they kind of did that with 5 with Dewey. It wasn't a massive amount, but it was Dewey was kind of the not halfway point. It was slightly more than half, right? But that was
Yep.
kind of that purpose. Actually, that was
Yeah.
that purpose because he set up the last 40 minutes of the movie. And Wes.
Yes. Yes. And also, oh, hey, Janisha, just want to say hi. Hey, Janisha, good to see you here. Oh, you're on oh gosh, you're on night stream
That's
as
why
well.
there's
You guys are.
replay. There's
That's
replay.
true. That's right, man. We got replay mode. Um, that's very kind of you to be double streaming here, though. So Dr. Aaron has an idea that I've talked about, Alex. And before we get to the Nev stuff, we're talking about the gore, the action, the chases.
Yeah.
Alex and I think that we're going to be having some chases and a lot more kills. And this is one I've talked about. Dr. Aaron, what's up, Dr. Aaron in the house? Want to see Ghostface throw someone into an oncoming train. That would be great. What do you
Yeah.
think about that, Alex?
Yeah, I think it's gonna happen, personally.
Mm-hmm.
Something or I mean, or you could kill somebody in it, but it would have to probably be at night unless you're doing it in broad daylight for some reason in front of everybody else. So,
Oh,
I think the idea of pushing somebody makes a lot of sense.
yeah. I
And
like the
even
idea
to
of
end a chase,
yeah.
maybe they think they
Right.
got away. Ghostface pops up behind them and pushes them, which
Boom.
yeah,
Yeah,
which I
man.
feel like has probably been done before, but not in Scream.
Nope. And that's right. New territory here for Scream for sure.
Yeah,
What's up, Carrie? Carrie Crave Cinema popping in. My good friend Carrie is on break at work, able to pop by for about a half hour. Well, that's awesome. Thank you. Great to see you, Carrie. Yes. So the subway, I know that there's someone who has to be anonymous. I won't reveal who they are because they are under an NDA. They're on the crew for Scream Six in Montreal, and they actually worked in the sound stages at Mel's. They're part of the production crew at Mel's, and they were there for all of those weeks that they shot in the studio, and they cleared up a lot of information, like what a lot of the sets were. They told me what they actually are for, and they're the and this person is the one that sent me the photo, which now it's went viral, went all over the
yeah.
community of Mason Gooding getting with the glove
Oh
and the
yes,
knife. That picture, I'm the one that started that on the video because I got it from this individual
yeah.
from their cell phone camera, and I made the mistake of not watermarking it. I should have because everyone just
You'll always be
grabbed
the
it.
one, and you just remind people.
That's right. Hey, I was the one. I've been able to break two. It's been really fun because I was
Yeah,
able to break the jack o' lantern setup
yeah.
at the on the porch, which went everywhere. Hello, Sydney. Everyone's got it everywhere now. And the other one was that one, the one with Mason Gooding
Talk
getting
about people that
photographed.
don't credit people. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Oh, I'm not going to go there, man. I'm not going to
I
go
truly don't
there.
care.
It is at the end of the day, whatever. But there is something to be said, though, for people who watermark their pictures. I get it now. I
Yeah,
did get that, but whatever. It's a picture, so what? But at the end of the day, um, the whole subway thing. This individual told me because I said, "Look," I said, "I know that you know, I don't want to ask you to say anything that would get you in trouble, blah blah blah."
yeah.
But I have to say, I said, I really hope we see some subway chase scenes. And they said, well, I can tell you that they shot there for a lot of days on that subway set that they built. And they said, now I don't know how much is going to make it into the movie. They said, but all I can tell you is that you won't be disappointed. And
Nice.
that's what they said. I was like, okay. So, in that at face value, it looks good.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, Val? The general in the house. What's going on, Val? Denisha says, "Hey, Craven, the mods are here. I see that. The mods are. They didn't even know I was streaming this morning because I didn't know I was streaming this morning until almost 1 o'clock last night. Um. Anyway, so all right. Just making sure I'm catching up to the chat to make sure I haven't anyone new hasn't come in. What's up, Jamie? Says, hey, Craven, drop it and leave a like. Thank you so much, Jamie. That's very sweet of you. Very kind. I really appreciate that. Uh, Carrie says, I really want to see a chase scene either on the subway or in the terminal. Yes. Because, see, I thought too, and I don't know how they're going to do this, but because it's a set. So it's not an actual subway train, working train.
Yeah.
But, it's movie magic too. This is Hollywood. I don't, they know how to do things that are way beyond my scope. But my thing is this: there's something to be said too for having like them locked in a chase car in a car, subway cars moving, and
Oh yeah.
Ghostface starts killing people and you can't get out because you can't.
Right.
It's like you're trapped basically.
Yeah.
That could be interesting as
Yep.
well.
Yeah. I
Um,
like that. Like I said, it just depends on how many people. Like it's got to be kind of not busy. It can't have. It can't because it's
yes,
not. What's who took Manhattan? What's the movie with the
Jason takes Manhattan.
like yeah, like him or like that meme that's going around where he's walking through the train, he just like bumps that girl and knocks her over onto the like it can't be that. You can't you like it's just a person. That's what makes Ghostface special.
True,
It's just
that's
a
true.
20 something individual person that can't probably go on a 12 person in close proximity. It's not Leatherface in the influencer bus or whatever.
Oh gosh,
And
that's
even that
yeah.
one was stupid too. So
Yeah, that one was over the top. I won't lie though. I did enjoy the absolute destruction of those people.
oh yeah.
So that was
Yeah.
fun. But yeah, I hear I hear what you're saying though, man. And real quick, guys, Val's in the house here. 47 people watching, only 32 likes. What are you doing? Guys, help us out. If you want to help out this stream right now, all you got to do is smash that thumbs up button. It makes a huge difference. It really does. It tells the algorithm that you guys are enjoying the content, and it will send it out to more people. So there are more people that will get recommended to watch this stream right now as you guys leave thumbs up. Like Jamie. Jamie popped in and said, "Hey, I can't stay, but I want to give you a like. I want to help the stream out." And that's very kind of you, Jamie, because if you guys will do that, again, it helps it not only now as we're talking live, but it helps it in replay mode. And it just takes you 2 seconds or less to click the button. So if you want to help us out, and let's thank Alex, show Alex you appreciate him being here, giving us time to spend with us this morning in our community by hitting that thumbs up button. That will let Alex know you appreciate him being here as well. All right, because I appreciate you here, buddy, and I know everyone does.
Yeah.
But let's show them. Let's show them that by hitting that like button, and that will make a huge difference all the way around. And we want to make Alex happy because we want him to come back. We want him to get. All right, guys. So now then, I think it's time. Real quick, Michael. I'm gonna say hi to Michael Wilson. What's up, Michael? You're here. Welcome to the stream. Polar says, "I love the bus scene. Cancel the cancel culture." Yeah, he did. He sure did cancel it.
Yeah, they deserved it. They deserved it, and they deserved it even more because nobody went around him. Nobody did
Mm-hmm.
anything of intelligence. No, but the whole movie had no intelligence, in my opinion. So
No, I was.
shots fired.
Listen, listen. You're not going to find much resistance from me.
I liked
you know.
I liked the automotive whatever, the car guy, the fixer. He
Yeah.
was cool.
What was his name? Riddle? Not Riddle. It
No
was.
clue.
Anyway, yes, the mechanic was good. I
Yeah.
liked him too. Good character, good actor. It's too bad that
Obviously not
things.
enough for us to remember his name, but
Well, I know it's
but
like,
he was
oh,
still easily the best.
but I have to say, anytime Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2022 comes up,
Yeah.
I have to say, bro, the way they treated Sally was
Yeah.
just was hard as
I had to remember who that was, but yeah, no.
man. The only survivor from '74, and she looks like they're going to treat. It looks like they're going to treat her like Jamie Lee coming
Yeah.
in Halloween,
Because they
bro.
saw it. They saw that scene, or they saw the trailer for Halloween
Hmm.
2018. They're like, "We can do this for 2 seconds."
Yeah, we
Not
can do this. And I had such high hopes. I thought she was going to come in and maybe finally kill him, have the victory. What happens to her? They literally,
I
Alex,
love I loved it.
bro, they,
I love the trash reference. I
you
mean,
know
I
what I'm talking
thought
about, right? Yeah, they pick her
yeah,
up and
they
they throw her on a
there's no way
pile of
they couldn't have
trash.
known that throwing her in garbage
Hmm.
couldn't reflect on anything. Like, they had to have known.
Dude, it was that move was so. If there was not, if there was ever a scene of duality, of dual meaning, this was it. The
Yeah.
irony. She's like, you're literally taking the character and you're throwing her in the trash, bro. I'm like,
Yep.
are you serious right now?
And then she
So
survived it, and then she died after.
yes,
So that's
she did,
epic.
bro. That movie, yeah. Anyway, all right. Before everyone starts leaving, um, we'll we'll get back to the topic at hand. Um, and real quick, I see that we have someone else joining here. Jason Evans says, "Hi everyone. I'm new to the channel. I personally welcome. First of all, Jason, glad you are here. Glad you found the channel. I hope make sure you subscribe if you haven't already, and also make sure you subscribe to Alex's channel." Podcast now. You'll really enjoy the content. He covers Scream 6 a lot over there. Make sure you check it out. In addition to amazing gaming material, if you're into
Nice.
gaming. But even if you're not into gaming, he covers a lot of Scream 6. So Yeah, real friend of the channel. But I'm glad you're here, Jason. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the community. Make yourself at home. Glad you're here, my friend. I personally would love to see a kill a kill done, excuse me, during the day, either in Central Park or one of the bridges. Judy Hicks kill in daylight. Wow, yeah, that was an unexpected kill, Alex, with Judy in the daylight. That was
Was it unexpected because they showed it in the TV spot?
well, I mean, yes, but
I mean, like unbelievable that
it
actually happened.
wasn't well, like it wasn't unexpected per se for me, but generally speaking, or us, because we broke it down and dissected it. But for
Yeah,
a lot of people, it was a shocker.
yeah. I I actually I kind of like I like a lot of things about her death scene a lot. I just
Yeah.
don't like that it's in the I was there like a meme where I think I saw a meme like a few weeks ago where it's from a different show or movie where it's like an elderly couple sitting out in like sun like tanning and they're looking and they have like the glasses and they're looking across the street and Judy's being killed and they don't care. And it's like
Oh,
those are the kind of things you can do with that scene. You can meme on it because of that. But besides that, I love the element of tricking her, basically getting her completely off guard. She doesn't have her
yeah.
weapon. She's not focused, and you
Hmm.
sneak and you catch her. And I really like that a lot. So nothing about that's bad. I don't even care that she died. I think that was solid. But
Yeah.
just the in the
Eh,
day part.
for sure. Yeah,
We don't
that
know how big
daylight.
it really is. Like how big is this town?
Well,
Because it
good
kind of
question.
seems gigantic at times, and then it also seems like everybody knows each other. So it's hard to kind of tell.
Yeah, and certainly now I will say that because a lot of it, and again, that not that we're not really focusing on Scream Five, but while we're here, while we're here, you know, uh, I've heard a lot of people complain about that and say, well, there's no way that was that would have happened. People would have seen that, and I'm like, you know what? Not necessarily, because some of these residential suburban areas, man,
Yeah.
it's quiet, man. People are at work. They're not. Now you do have housewives and house husbands and people
Yeah.
that work from home, and all that stuff is legit. Like, I mean, that's, of course, that happens, but it doesn't seem out of the realm of possibility that you could have someone literally down the street, if you're in a suburban neighborhood area, that's being stabbed in their front yard, and you may not even know
Yeah.
about it.
No, it's
It's
definitely possible. Yeah, like my parents live in maybe there's like 10 streets, like they're on one and there's like five one way, five the other. You could see
hmm
something just like you said, something happening on just one random of the houses. Nobody's really gonna know. The only issue is doesn't she call the police to her house and they take quite a long time to get there. So
that is
that's
the
when it starts to become an issue.
That is, and that's one of the see, that's a script issue. That's a
Yeah.
writing problem. That
Yeah.
should never have been. She should have never. They should not have put that in there, because
Yeah.
honestly, because she grabs her police radio, and she's like, I
Like
need
all
everyone
units
just
convert. Yeah.
all units converge on my house.
Yeah.
Let me just tell you, that's the chief. Okay, that's your boss.
Yeah.
All right, you're gonna
Yeah.
drop what you're doing, and you're gonna get there.
Yeah.
And where's everyone at? No one's there. And then what? And he's up there. What's his name? Wes
West.
comes out of the shower. He's setting up plates. He's doing ice
Yeah.
cubes. They're
Okay,
still
so
not there.
right. Yeah, the issue is when she calls them to the time that she gets back, it's way too long.
It's
Way
too
too long.
long. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
way too long. Now, if she had like done that right as she got out of the truck,
Yes.
she
Yeah.
pulls up to the house. All units converge. She gets out. Now that's okay.
Yep, that's perfect.
That's doable.
Yeah.
But anyway, whatever. It is what it is.
Hey, it's a
Uh,
conversational live stream.
I know, man. It's all right. Real quick though, I do want to acknowledge really quickly here that
You
we
gotta update your
have.
board.
I need to update my board. I do, ladies and gentlemen. We've got ourselves a new channel member. Where is it at? Kyle. Here we go. Kyle from Return of the Living Flet has joined the channel as a member, has come back, has renewed his membership. I love it when you guys renew your memberships. I love that so much. Thank you so much, Kyle, for staying a Cravenite, man. I really appreciate you doing that. It does mean a lot, and it really does help the channel out, as you know, Kyle. So thank you so much, my friend, for doing this. Welcome and welcome back to the Cult of Craven, to the Inner Circle, for staying in the Inner Circle with us and being a part of the family, Kyle. You're awesome. Appreciate it. And Carrie, thank you so much. That's right. You're all over it. There it is, guys. So there's Alex's link. You can go right there, click that. And speaking of gaming, real quickly before we get to the Neve stuff, because the Neve stuff's coming up next, guys. We're literally about to go. Young Shada, what's up? Is in the chat. Welcome to the channel. And the chat says they need a Scream game. Alex, is there anything you've heard at all about a Scream game? Because that would be the best.
David Arquette wants one, but that's honestly that's kind of it. But I think with there was a Killer Clowns from Outer Space game announced back this summer, and so I'm just gonna say it: if a game like that, of a franchise like that, can happen, I don't know what they're doing on Scream. I really like the odds, but like I've always thought of it that it's possible, but it probably doesn't happen. But then you get Friday the 13th, you get Predator, you get Ghostbusters. Now you're going to get Texas Chainsaw Massacre in 2023, Killer Clowns from Outer Space next year. So, why not? Now, I don't want it to be multiplayer, though. That's my controversial take. I'd like a story where, you're the character getting called from Ghostface and you're, going through, you got friends and all that stuff. You can't do that in multiplayer. So, I think Scream makes the most sense to do a single player kind of thing. But multiplayer is hot right now. So, if it's going to happen, it would probably be multiplayer.
Yeah, I would think so too. Like you can pick which character you can be, now if they do it right, and they go and have Sydney, and Dewey and Dale,
has to work.
Yeah.
Which for Ghostface, it's pretty easy, right? Because of that, right? But for everybody else, it seems like that's actually probably the issue. Because in Dead by Daylight, the multiplayer game, Ghostface is in that. And because they did the agreement with, is it RJ? Is that his name? Or Torbert?
RJ Tolbert, yes.
Yeah. So they did.
By the way, I just have to say,
yeah,
he commented on one of my tweets yesterday.
Oh, nice!
And that was really cool. I was like, what? Because it was my tweet about my live stream about my wish list for Scream 6.
Nice.
And he responded, and he's like, I like wish lists almost as much as I like poems. And I'm like, what? So anyway, go ahead.
He's an interesting guy on Twitter. Just his tweets, his structure, but he's easy to work with the mask and all that. But getting Neve and all and that's Funko Pops and action figure, any of the kind of merchandise, they don't have Sydney and all that stuff because I don't even know why. It's because of the rights, but I don't know the intricacies of it. So that's probably the main thing holding that back.
I'm sure there's a lot of red tape.
Yeah.
A lot of red tape. And you don't want to do
a single player game where you can do literally you could be a new character in the universe. And I don't know. Do you have Roger L. Jackson or do you do, Mike Vaughn to do it instead? I mean, you could do either or. I'd be fine.
Yeah.
And he said he's up for it. I think on both of our live streams we did with him.
That's right.
He said he would take a reduced rate to do it.
That's right, man. So. Bro, I would be all for Mike Vaughn's voice on a game.
Yeah.
I think that keep Roger L. Jackson for the movies. Yeah. He is the Scream voice for forever. Yeah. That's right, forever. As long as he is alive, he's the Scream. He better be the Ghostface voice in a movie. This is funny. I have to say, I just thought this was funny, Alex. The town is big enough to go from day to nighttime from Judy's house to the hospital.
It spans time zones, multiple time zones.
And listen, my daughter loves Scream 5. She loves Scream 5. So we watch it all the time. It's on the TV now. And every time it gets to that scene, I'm like, man, that continuity is so bad. Just such a bad error. I mean, it can't have been that hard to fix that. Just go and reshoot a car driving through an intersection in the daytime. That's all you got to do. Yeah. Anyway, that's all right. Sarah Campbell's in the house, by the way. I want to say hi to Sarah. Um, Sarah says I was in meetings all morning, and I was like, "Come on, people! I have a stream to get to." I love it. That's so cool. Um, and Zoe in the house. Zoe Crawford in the house. What's going on, Zoe? Thoughts on Ghostface using other weapons besides a knife? What do you think about that? How do you feel about other weapons?
um, I'm okay with it. I don't know what it would be though. Like, what are the other options? It has to be smaller, kind of like, or can you do blunt objects? Like, does a baseball bat qualify? You know what I mean? But I'm okay with it. And when they teased, did they tease in 5 that like one of them was going to be different, or they'd be using some? Wasn't that like a rumor that one would be, but it was with 2 knives, right? There was
Yeah,
no death in 5 that wasn't by a knife. So, or the flamethrower, I guess, in the stock,
in the stab movie.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
things like that, but I don't know. I think there's something iconic. Now, other horror movies, I suppose, have, swapped it out too, but nothing's ever going to be as iconic or familiar as the knife. So, I don't know, but it depends on what it can't be like a machete. What would it
yeah,
be? What are our
yeah.
options?
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, is it going to be like an actual traditional type weapon, like you say, a different kind of knife, different kind of, or is it literally going to be just things that are resourceful? Like
Yeah,
you
see, I'd be
grab
okay with that.
something. I would
Yeah.
too.
I've
Like
I've
whatever's
talked
in
to you
the.
about that I like hand to
Hmm.
hand stuff. So if you pick
Yeah,
if you pick up a chair and you deal
yeah.
not the finishing blow, but you like hit somebody in the head with a chair or something, like that's inventive. And those
Hmm.
objects are, as you're chasing them, they're around, you know? So I
Yeah,
don't see why you can't use those kind of things. And they've always used chairs to throw through windows and stuff, but they never use them in fights. So that's because I do martial arts and stuff. So that's like the martial artist in me. It's like you have weapons all around you. Anything is a weapon.
yeah.
But
Anything can be a
no, in
weapon.
movies they never use them. Pickaxes, yes, you can't use a pickaxe.
Oh gosh, a pickaxe.
That's the thing. Like it needs to be
Yeah.
like realistic, and I don't even know what that means.
Hmm.
I can't see Ghostface using machete, pickaxe. I thought of a spear at first. I don't know why that's the first thing that came to mind. Like you can't use that. So
Unless it's
what
hanging on the wall
unless it's
in
hanging
the
on the wall like a
like
collector's item?
like a
Yeah.
collector. Yeah, like that's that kind of stuff. That's how I think you have to work that stuff in. Like
Yes.
it has
Or
to
can you do
be.
like a deer antler, like hanging up? Do they do that
Oh,
anymore? I mean, that feels like
dude,
something 20 years ago they do.
killed by killed
Like
by deer head.
you hang them on the wall against the thing.
Yeah, I love it.
Or like that light fixture that I have. Like, can you put somebody on top of it? I don't know. Stuff like that.
That kind of yeah. That's what I'm thinking of when we talk about other weapons. It's more like that. Like
Yeah. Okay.
what's in the
Yeah, I'd be up for that.
area. That'd be cool. What's
Yeah.
up, Gina? Gina says hello, coming in. Welcome to see you. All right, welcome to see you. Good to see you. Welcome here. Real quick. Let's see. I'm just trying to get caught up. TJ Eagles and Drones. Yo, Craven. What's going on, T? Glad you're here. Good to see you. All right. Um, and Jake is in the house as well. What's up, Jake? That reminded me of the Cry Wolf game on AOL. Wow, dude. I remember AOL. I had it. That's what I had at one point. Zoe says the Quarry meets Scream. There you
Yes.
go.
I would say until dawn, which you will find out later.
Yeah, I'm very excited about Until Dawn. Uh, ah,
To him to Zoe, like that's what I would pitch. I'd pitch a supermassive game Until Dawn, The Quarry, or I'd pitch Telltale if people know like The Walking Dead or Tales from the Borderlands, like that kind of stuff. Episodic, choose your own, which is the same thing as The Quarry and stuff. You choose your decisions, multiple outcomes. That's what I would make a Scream game be. You pick up the phone, you got 4 dialogue choices. You can pick which one they say. It's got branching
nice.
paths of if you do this, something happens. Just give me the money, and I'll put together a team and we'll do it.
Hey, listen, bro. If I was producing a game, you're the one I'm bringing in to be the chief
Thank you.
consultant. Yeah, absolutely. because you know the industry, you know what you're on the inside track of this stuff. So um, I would definitely be calling you. Trust me.
Thank you.
Real quick, Ultimate Sunrise says, "What's up? My first time here. Well, welcome. Glad you're here on the stream. Glad you found us. And make yourself at home. Make yourself at home. Alex and I are talking about Scream 6 and Jenna Ortega's comments. And we're going to shift now to, and also Ultimate Sunrise. If you have not done so, make sure you subscribe to the channel. We really appreciate it. And also to Alex's channel, Podcast Now. It's a very great screen and gaming. So definitely check it out. But glad you're here. And thank you for checking out the stream. And also, guys, again, we're at 42 likes. We're trying to get to 50, Alex, on this live stream.
Do it.
And we can do it. There's 46 people watching, and we're at 42 likes. So if you guys would all go and smash that thumbs up button right now, we'll almost hit goal. So we're trying to get to 50 before this stream ends. So really will appreciate it, guys, if you would smash that button right now. All right. Now, there's another another of the interview with Jenna. And she says this, Alex. She says, but it's very clear, like there's references. Hold on. But it's very clear, like there's references to Sydney, of course. She continued. It's nice because there's still a protectiveness in the script, and that's something that the actors had naturally over her because obviously we respect her and we want the best for her. She's missed and thought of. So what I want to focus on here is this comment that there are references to Sydney in the film, which two things for me. I want to hear your thoughts on this. Number one, for me, I was worried that, well, I wasn't worried. I was wondering how are they going to address her not being there? Are they just going to ignore it, like when she could be done? You don't even mention her, which is terrible. Or are they going to somehow make an excuse for why she's not there? Could Gail say something like, "Hey, if they ask, well, where's Sydney? She's okay. Her and Mark and the kids are out of the country on vacation right now," or some little comment like that. So I think by these comments from Jenna saying that there's references to Sydney, that makes me feel like, number one, she's not killed off screen, which was one of the big concerns also that's been talked about. And I said, if they kill her off screen, it's going to be a mutiny. The fandom will melt down on them if they did that. So, Alex, in my mind, there's going to be mention of her not killing her off screen. Makes me feel better. How do you feel about these comments? What do you think about that?
Yeah. I'm happy. I never thought, because if they did do that, it would be game over. So I never even considered that a possibility, just because of how terrifying it would be. But it's gonna be real interesting then to explain why she's not there, because it also matters the reasoning that Ghostface is going after them, which we don't. I saw from Pluto said, like, is anyone else going to be annoyed if Ghostface goes through Tara's friends to get to Sam again?
Oh,
which
gosh.
is actually quite, I never really thought about that also issue in 5 by doing something like that. What's the reason why all these people are dying? Who's the main target? Is it Sam again, or is it Tara, or is it both? Is it Remember the early rumor, I think it was a rumor though, is that it's just survivors in general. Now, maybe that rumor started just because of Kirby. I don't think you can do it as survivors, because you can't. How can you explain Sydney out of that situation?
Exactly.
So it can't be like Mindy, when she explains the rules, it cannot be Ghostface is coming after people that have lived before. So Kirby has to be dragged in through some other way. So you can start to figure some stuff out. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Kirby's got to come in by maybe even not by choice, or Gail calls her or whatever. But yeah, I'm happy that they'll mention. I'm sure they'll literally say why she's not there. And it needs to be pretty solid though. Like that's like we've never had to worry about this before, because she's just in the movies. But now you're gonna honestly need to, like, we know the reasoning. She'll be at home with husband and kids, right? Like, it makes sense. But again, the killings, why they're being killed versus why Sydney's not there, that needs to work. Otherwise, it's going to be like an afterthought. Then we're going to say they wrote that in the script in like a day because they had to, which they may have had to.
It's possible.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, super quick, guys. I just want to acknowledge that Sarah Campbell has gifted a membership to someone here in the chat, and
I think you can only see that on the YouTube studio.
yes,
StreamYard doesn't show it.
StreamYard does not show it. I'm on the actual window here on YouTube. That's how I found it.
Yeah.
I see here Sarah gifted a membership, and it went to Masquerade Workshop. So Masquerade Workshop, if you're still here, you are now a channel member, and they're in the inner circle.
Not by choice.
No, you were drafted, man. You were drafted in. Thanks to Sarah Campbell. Sarah, thank you so much for gifting that. It is so kind and so generous of you to do that. It really is. You guys just blow me away on these streams when you guys are gifting memberships. It's happened like the last 3 streams now, Alex. People are gifting memberships to people.
Yeah.
It's so kind. And it's really awesome to see that. So Sarah, thank you very much for doing that. And Masquerade Workshop, welcome to the inner circle. I hope that you enjoy your time here, and that to the point you'll stay. You'll just continue your membership and continue being a Cravenite, and you'll get to attend some very special things that are for members only. And one of those things actually is coming up. It's actually coming up on this Sunday. This Sunday, we're having a members only watch party right here for the movie 1408. It is a Sunday night, 9:30 p.m. You have to be a channel member in order to be to get an invitation, to an invite to join us. And it's going to be awesome. I've never seen this movie, Alex. Have you ever seen this movie?
I've never seen it. I've never heard of it.
Same here. Yeah, it's John Cusack and it's Samuel L. Jackson. And I don't know. I believe it's a Stephen King story. It's based on. So I'm very excited. I've never seen it. First time watch. So Masquerade Workshop, you will now get an invitation to join us Sunday night at 9:30. And if you are not a channel member, you can become one now as well. Kyle did earlier, Return of the Living Fletson member. Now Sarah gifted one. Just simply click the join button right now. It's right by subscribe. Click that button. There's 5 levels of membership, and you can become a Cravenite, and you'll get your name turns green. You get that awesome skull custom logo by your name and other things too. So, and plus members only streams and watch parties. So there you go. Check it out. I'd love for you guys to become members and join us Sunday night. All right. Now, here we go. Ultimate Sunrise says you're going to love 1408. Sweet. Awesome. Can't wait. And Carrie has to go. I want to say bye to Carrie real quick. And Keon jumped in and said hello. Carrie has to go. Sorry, Carrie, that you have to go back to work. But hey, I'm glad you were here and appreciate you stopping by. And Omni's here as well. Says just waking up. Well, I'm glad I'm glad you're joining on when you woke up. It's great. All right, so here we go. All right. So Alex, let's talk about this, man. I need to know your opinion, your honest opinion now, because we continue hearing about Neve and how she's like we see here. You know, they miss her on set. They're, you know, just to pull up her actual. Thank you, Val, for posting that. I really appreciate that. What does she say here? She's
protectiveness.
There's a protectiveness in the script. Yeah. So the minute I read that, I'm like, okay, they're not killing her off screen. That's guaranteed. We're safe there. But like you said, didn't really expect it. I didn't either. That would be so disrespectful to the character. But they respect Neve. They want what's best for her. She's missed and she's thought of. And now we also saw how Clips Comprehend took a massive hit,
Yeah,
in my
that was fun.
opinion. Yeah, that was woo. And I the last I heard, and I haven't looked at his account,
I
their
don't think he's
account.
back still.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say last I heard they haven't even come back from that, and they may
Yeah.
never. They probably already deleted and are just moved on to a new account. So, but let me ask you this, Alex. There is still it seems to be a small but very passionate portion of of the Scream fan base that still believes Nev will make an appearance
Yeah.
in this movie. And I know that you were kind of on that side of hoping
Yeah.
for it. And tell me has the Clips thing changed your opinion?
Yeah, so the longer that Clips Comprehend's gone, like when I've made videos, I covered kind of like the day it was supposed to happen, the night, the next day, and the videos did pretty well, and people. So I got like opinions on Clips, and some people really still believe, and that's totally fine. And I
Sure.
want to believe. It's just the longer that account is gone, it just looks atrocious. It looks atrocious that you build it up and it would have been fine if it was delayed on like to mess with that account, which does happen. But like getting people when he said like 50 minutes, it's like you literally walked people to the time it was supposed to launch. And then he said go, and it didn't happen. So that just looks atrocious for you. And then you don't come back to explain yourself. So that looks awful, and I don't know
Yeah.
any other way of, reading it other than you gotta
Yeah.
start not believing, what that account said. However,
Yeah.
viewer Anon, who got literally everything right with Scream 5, he was like the go-to. He also said that Sydney would be back. Critical Overlord kind
Hmm.
of backed him. So there are
Yep.
still, and I don't want anything happen to Critical Overlord specifically because he's a great guy.
Yeah.
The
Yes.
viewer Anon
Yeah.
gets taken down by us, whatever. but this is still gonna ruin people, like if she's not in the movie, specifically viewer
Hmm.
Anon. So I don't know.
Yep.
I want to believe she's still in it. I really do. I don't want to like let it go. So I'm not like if she's not in it, then she's not. I mean, it's hard to kind of put into words. If she's not in it, I think it's a failure from a lot of different people. Like I'd be
Yeah.
upset. So it's hard, what I mean, because I'd still be
Hmm.
mad about it. But I don't think I'm expecting it based off everything that happened. But I don't know, they could have worked out a deal when she made a big fuss about
Yeah.
online. Like I think it's possible, and it probably just depends on how the movie ends. Would there be a mid-credit scene? That kind of stuff. We'll find out. We'll find out in like early March when people start to see it. I mean, like it will. I mean, if you look hard enough, we'll probably know before the movie comes out. To be honest.
It seems like it's going to be hard for that to really be kept a secret, right?
Yeah.
If it's
It's like it would be the biggest besides the killers, it'd be the biggest thing.
mhm.
If she's in
Yeah.
the after credit, not even that, if there is an after credit scene, because why would there
True.
be an after credit scene in a Scream? Like it just doesn't happen. So why would there
Hmm.
be one in the first place? Well, missing character, setting up a sequel. You know what I mean? Like it makes a lot of sense. So all I need to hear is there's a mid credit scene for Scream, and
Hmm.
then I would
Yeah.
really start to buy it. But we'll see. And we'll see still, this Clips Comprehend said a lot of other stuff too. So in the trailer, do these characters have the names that account said they do? Do they have the
Hmm.
personality that they said? Because then I really don't know what's going on. Like, why isn't that account coming back to get out of the
Yeah.
pickle that they're in? But if they're right on that stuff, then maybe there's still hope as well. So really, I want to see it through. I said that before in videos. Like, like
Yeah.
I don't care which side you stand on Clips Comprehend. It's fine. Because I've believed a lot of leaks in gaming and stuff and that haven't been true either. So I've been on like both sides of it, but there's still like part of this left because Sydney was not the only thing that account said, or in the
That's
trailer
true.
wasn't the only thing that account said.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there's other things that we have to figure out if they know what they're talking about.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it is gonna be interesting to see about the names, all those
Yeah.
descriptions
And
that
the
they
names are
gave.
floating out kind of before him or the account. I don't know, but also who but they added stuff. They added kind of jobs, like their professional whatever, and a little personality traits. So you could say maybe they stole other people's rumor on character names, but they also gave kind of like if Samara Weaving is what they said she's like an aspiring actress. That was the only
Mhm.
account that said that. So if she is an
Mhm.
actress, how did they know that? You
How
know what I
they
mean? So
know?
we'll see. We have to see the trailer to know who Samara is.
Yes.
As an example, just as an example.
That's very, very true. And speaking of the trailer,
Yeah.
I believe doing the math here, right?
Yeah. What do you think?
So looking at Scream 5, we're going to use that kind of as a model.
Yeah.
It came out in October, like 14th, I believe it was, right around there. And it was a January 14th release. So basically 3 months ahead of time.
Yeah.
If we follow that math, that would be December 10th, would be
Yeah.
exactly, 3 months. So I believe, Alex, and I can't believe I'm saying this because it's November 10th right now.
Oh my
I
god.
think, I know, I seriously think we're going to get the trailer in 4 to 5 weeks.
December 10th is a Saturday, for the record. I know you're probably not
Ooh.
saying specifically, which
Yeah,
is an
yeah.
interesting thing. So it's either like the week of the 5th through the 9th, or the 12th
Uh-huh.
through the 16th.
Till the
I agree
16th.
with you. It's gonna be
Yeah,
one of those 2 weeks.
I think so. We're really close.
Literally in 1 month, we
Yeah,
will hopefully already have the trailer, which is nuts.
it's crazy. And my thing is, I'm scared and excited because the marketing team blew it with the trailer
Oh
for
god, yeah,
5.
yeah, yeah.
And
I kinda blanked that out of my mind, so I didn't even think about it until you said it. There's
yeah,
gonna be enormous excitement for it until people realize what you said, how much they messed up, in the last one.
that's
Just
right.
don't spoil. I mean, we've said it before. Again, give
Yeah.
us the keys, give us the money, whatever you need to give us. We could
Mhm.
probably craft the trade. I'm sure all of us, if we formed a coalition and you guys literally
Yeah.
have one, if you literally looked at the movie of Scream 5 and you picked out scenes to make a 2-minute trailer, a start, beginning, middle, end, I think you could do it without spoiling the film.
You totally can. And one of the things Jake and I have talked about, Killjoy Jake, just number 1, you have no footage from the 3rd act.
I was gonna say that. I was gonna say stay
None.
away from the last 20, 30 minutes entirely, and
Yes.
that's the same
Nothing.
thing. Yeah,
Doesn't exist for a trailer. So
yeah,
everything has to come from the first 2/3 of the movie. That's all.
yeah,
And that right there would already make, if they'd have done that for Scream 5, the movie would not have been ruined
yeah.
because they ruined it with Amber's burn scene
Yep.
and they ruined it with Sam stabbing Richie on the floor
Yeah.
in the that was in the trailer, dude. I'm like,
Yeah.
what are you doing? As Fate would say, if they would just have taken out all of the 3rd act, there would have been no ruining that movie. Also, they ruined the surprise of Stu Macher's house. It was
Yes.
in the trailer. We all knew it.
And that was a thing I think they just decided very early on. They were going all in, right? Because they did the David Arquette, the Airbnb thing. So
Yep,
that was definitely a marketing decision made at the beginning,
definitely.
saying we're gonna do it again. Which
Hmm.
yeah, it would have been pretty special, I think, to not know that connection and then just see that because like when Sydney tells Sam you're in Stu
Yeah.
Macher's, if we didn't know going in, we would
Hmm.
probably piece it together, I think, almost immediately. But
Hmm.
there'd still be a sense of like, well, are they just doing like an homage to it? Like, is it actually his house? And then when she says you're in Stu Macher's house and it zooms out, we're like, oh my God, they actually did it. That would have been so cool. And final thing I'll say to that,
Yeah,
that is a benefit you get from being completely out of this stuff that like you and me do, or even the chat.
bro.
If you're just a normal, and they are normal because we're not, if you're just a
That's
normal
right.
run of the mill viewer that cares, you still have to kind of care in order for that to be impactful. Their experience is so much different, and I envy it. I envy their for games. I envy it a ton for
Mhm.
movies. So
It's true. It's like, if I hadn't, if I didn't have a channel, I
yeah,
would probably watch that trailer one time
yeah, and be
in
done.
regular speed and never watch it again.
Yeah,
That would be it. But
yeah.
with what we do, and it's almost like we have to bite the bullet and
Yeah,
take
you
one.
gotta sacrifice the pawn, and we're the pawns.
Yeah, you have to do it.
Yeah.
My only hope is that the marketing team will just not mess up so that it's
You
not
still shouldn't.
ruined.
Yeah, you still shouldn't. There's no reason those 2 scenes, and then Judy literally was confirmed in season 5.
Yeah,
So
it
those
was.
3 I don't think there was anything. I mean, we kind of pieced together that Dewey was going to die in the hospital, but it wasn't for
Yes,
sure.
yes.
So, I'll give them 3 out of 4. Three things that they messed up on pretty big time. I can't
Yes.
believe like you said, the Amber on Fire thing. It's like, how in God's name do you? Because then you had people online trying to like, even like fans trying to like stop people from figuring out, where it's like, well, you don't know. It's like, no, I'm pretty sure that's her. And it's like,
Yeah.
well, her sleeve doesn't necessarily look like, no, it's her sleeve. It's like,
And then you see
why?
the blonde hair, that one
Yeah.
shot in the TV spot, the blonde hair. It's like, oh, it's obviously Judy. It's
Yes,
like, come
that that
on.
that one that one I think was very obvious because of like her hand and the hair. The hair was obvious.
Yes. And the
Amber was
hand.
obvious. What?
Yeah, the hand. You're right. That
Yeah,
it was
she
a
had her
woman's
hand up,
hand. You could
bluffing
tell.
like that. And
Yes.
then Amber, you
Oh,
could just tell there's only so many people that figure could be. And I do think the sleeve gave it away, because in
the
another scene
sleeve.
she had like the rose kind of see-through thing. You could
Hmm.
tell that. And then Richie was the hair. I think you could
It was
easily
the
tell
hair.
from his, kind of,
Yeah.
you could
They
easily
did.
tell from that. And then it's just, does Sam go nuts or is he the
Yes.
killer? There's
That's
just
right.
that debate, which
That was it.
inadvertently they created a pretty fun conversation online, of if Sam is the killer.
Uh-huh.
But there's only two ways you could read that scene. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Either she's the killer or he's the killer.
Yeah.
Which is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Real quick, Masquerade Workshop with a $5 super chat. Thank you, Masquerade. Says, thanks to Sarah for the membership gift.
There you go.
Oh, there you go. That's right. And again, thank you, Sarah. Sarah Campbell, you're so kind
Didn't have to pay
to
for the membership, so they gave you money.
that's right. That was very kind. So it's so thank you, Masquerade, for your super chat. And yes, and thank you, Sarah, for doing that. So Masquerade, I hope you can make it Sunday night for the watch party for 1408, because you
Do
are
you put it up
now.
after as like a video afterwards, or is it just a
No, it's well only for
well, like not
members.
not like for members? Like if they missed the live
Yes,
stream, do members can watch it afterwards too?
they can. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, they can access it again if they don't make it live.
nice.
So you have that option, but definitely would
Very
love to see you
accessible.
live. Yeah, very accessible. That's right. Try to be. Real quick for Masquerade's super chat, let's play a clip. Let's play a clip, Alex. Let's see. Let
Clip
me
to
find
comprehend.
something you haven't seen yet, Alex. Let me look here.
I haven't I
Okay.
haven't watched your last couple because that opening was super cool and I love the music, and I didn't know you
Oh,
changed
thank
the
you.
opening. So
I just changed it literally Monday night. This is our
oh,
Tuesday
okay.
night. So this is only the second time I've used the new
Nice.
opening. So thank you for mentioning that, man. I
Yeah.
appreciate it. I decided to retire the clock and let's raise it up. Let's spice it up, man. And so here we go. I know you haven't seen this one, Alex.
Probably
Here
not.
is the great Crispin Glover, yes, from Back to the Future fame, dancing for us from Friday the 13th Part 4. And I added my own little music here to it. So get ready. So here's your super chat clip, Masquerade. Crispin Glover getting funky. Yeah. Alex, you're just
Uh,
shaking your head. I
I
love
hope
that.
copyright has something to say about that. No, I don't know. Why are they doing that? What's that scene?
That is a scene in the cabin before all the murdering starts happening.
It's probably
And
because of it, right? You
well,
saw them
they're
dance and said, "Not here."
yeah. Oh yeah, they probably
That's the
so.
plot of the film.
Probably so. Dude, seriously, and they're playing music. It doesn't even fit the dance. It's
Yeah,
so out of control.
yeah, he had some moves.
Yeah, man. He was letting it all hang out. He didn't hold anything back.
Does he
Um
die?
Unfortunately, yes,
Is it?
he does. Well,
Is it?
oh, is it though? Is it really unfortunate? Uh, um I'm with Pluto. No obvious death scenes.
No
Wouldn't
death.
that be great?
The tough
Yeah.
thing is then the tough thing with deaths, not showing deaths, well, that's kind of obvious, but like, can you show chase scenes? Because if you show chase scenes, again, there's only a couple ways that that situation can go. That's the issue. And I mean,
And
I get it
yeah,
because you gotta build there's gotta be a reason to get, again, normal people to watch this
right.
film. You
Yep.
and a chase scene would do, oh, that's cool. It's action-y, to use Jenna's quote, right? Like, it makes a lot of
Yep.
sense. But for those
Hmm.
that think about it a little bit, if you're being chased, again, you're either going to escape, die, or it's a fake out, and maybe you're the killer and the killer. Like, there's only a
Yep.
couple, again, you can
That's
only
true.
read that a couple ways. Um,
Yeah.
Now showing Sam, Tara, Gail, them getting chased, that would be a little bit different, I think, because you
Hmm.
know, because
And
then
don't you think? Well,
because
good.
that could just be used just for like pop, kind of like getting people from the trailer, because they most likely wouldn't die at the end of it. Like, if they show a Tara scene in the trailer where she gets inside of a fridge, that's fine because we've already kind of seen that, and I don't really expect her to die anyway. And so if you want to use
Yeah.
that as like a high octane moment in
Hmm.
the that's fine. Now, if you show Kirby, that could be a problem because she's not super safe, I don't think. You know what I mean? So
True.
it's tough. You gotta pick and you can't have a trailer of just talking. I saw somebody say, or from Pluto, just be shocked faces, the back of victims running away. So that part's the issue. And then a very cool shot of Ghostface. That's the thing. Can you have a minute and a half of people talking and then just a cool shot of Ghostface at the end? Like, can you do that as a trailer? Probably not.
Yeah.
It's tough because
Unfortunately,
what do you do? The back of victims running away. I think they should
right.
do that, but you'll
They
still know they're
should.
victims then.
Yeah. Yeah. And I know that I don't want to oversimplify the art of making a trailer. I know that I'm sure it can be difficult, but at the same time, man, because you're right, they're not marketing this movie. None of these marketing teams are marketing these films for us because they know we are gonna watch them. When I say us, I'm talking about everyone on this live stream.
Yeah.
All of us here, we are the diehards. We're the minority. We're the smallest piece of the pie
But the
overall,
loudest. But the
but
loudest.
the loudest and the most informed, the
Yeah.
most knowledgeable, and frankly, who care the most. You know,
Yeah. The ones
without a
that keep
doubt.
it around when it's not around.
That's
During the
right.
years it's off. Like, that's the importance
Absolutely.
of us as a
It
collective, everybody.
it
Yeah. But you have to
is.
play to the people that see it as a
Bingo.
trailer to another movie that they're in theaters watching. And they see, oh,
Yes.
that's a trailer for Scream 2. Why is it called Scream 2? You hope
Why is it
people
called
don't
Scream?
ask that question.
Yeah.
But you know what I
Wasn't
mean?
there a Scream 2 before? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, there was. But yeah, it is. It's there. These marketing departments are working to make marketing for the mainstream movie public,
Yeah.
which is the majority of ticket sales. So, unfortunately, to get people excited and hyped up, they're going to have to put in some chases. They're
Yeah.
going to have to put in some victims. Like every trailer, like look at Halloween Ends. I mean, we knew several people were dead before we went to that theater. We knew the redhead chick. We didn't know who she was, but we knew she
Yeah.
was going to be hanging up on the wall. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
remember that? We knew that there was going to be people dead at the junkyard, the one on the fence, the one. All these people we already knew
Yeah.
because they had to build up for the general public to say, "Oh my gosh, look at this."
Right.
So there's going to be some spoilers in every trailer when it comes to this kind of movie. However, like we said earlier, if you just leave out the third act,
Yeah.
then at least you're not going to reveal who anybody
You got to
is.
show, I think, parts of scene. Like, I really applauded like the majority of that trailer in certain terms of percentages is Tara's
Mhm.
opening scene. Like, that is the hot, because
Mhm.
then the rest are all cuts from different parts. But the
Mhm.
Tara is a big bulk of that scene as part of the opening 30 seconds of the trailer. That's good. That's very smart. I really like that. So I don't know any other way of, I could probably keep coming up with other ways of saying it, but that's what they should probably do, is if there is like a CC Cooper like thing in this film, you don't have to show the ending of it. Show long segments of it. You got to believe in it. It's got to be very powerful. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that
Yeah,
Terra scene,
man.
the Terra opening is awesome. So show it.
Mhm.
Show a couple parts of it. Who cares?
Yeah.
Just do it, because the more you show of that, the less you can show of Amber on fire. You know.
Oh, gosh, yes. Uh, I'm going to say this: just don't show us any ghost face. Any of the ghosts. I hate to be so redundant, but dude, I'm serious. Don't show the third. The third. I know that's hard not to, because the third act is where everything's melts down and is
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah.
So they're going to want to show that feeling of insanity in the trailer. So I'm sure we're going to see stuff from the third act. But whenever you and I, Alex, sit back and
Yeah.
we load that trailer up on our computer, our laptops, and we slow it down to quarter speed, and every frame I'm looking at, I
Yeah.
just don't want to see Samara Weaving on fire, or or falling, or stabbing someone. I just don't want to. I just because it's going
Yeah.
to be like, okay,
Like, the newest God of War game, without spoiling anything,
yeah,
all the stuff that people had seen leading into that game was from the first like 4 hours, and the game is like 25, 30. So somehow
ooh,
and I guess the reason I bring that up is like, if this movie is super good and if there's kind of moments throughout it that make it special, you could find scenes in the earlier parts to not you could, you know what I mean? It's just another example where it's like, if you can craft in God for a game, the 10-ish minutes of story-ish things we've seen, and they're all from 4 hours, and it still gets people to buy the game, and you hit like 90% of it. Movies are different because they're a lot shorter, but I think you can do it. It just has to be a good movie. It has to be enough stuff going on. And now, if there is enough
yeah,
deaths and chases and all that stuff, they should have a lot to pick from where
they
they're not
should,
spoiling too much. They should.
they should, and I mean, according to Jenna, it's so action heavy and gore heavy. If it's that action heavy, like, it's really crazy.
And you
You see
gotta
they
tell a
show,
story too is also the issue in a trailer. You
yeah,
gotta set the scene.
that's true, man. You
So
do.
we did we know in 5, like, yeah, there's got to be some sort of monologue to kind of talk about why this is happening again. Kirby, you got to
Hmm.
have her in the trailer, and you may have some
Yep.
voiceover of why she's in it. You're going to have it's going to happen. I mean, it's exciting because you're going to get a lot of info. It's just, don't go too far, please, for the love of God.
Well, here's something, Alex, that I think it's going to be fun to do as we get to like February, like when it gets to be like final predictions time. We're getting
Yeah.
really close at the end of the month of
Yeah.
February. I want to like run a not I don't know if that's not a contest, but I want to run like something where we talk about it and we revisit it afterwards.
Yeah.
So, like, who in the trailer? What's the first? Who is the first character we see in the trailer?
Yeah.
Like predictions, like,
Yeah.
because I'm wondering, like, what if the first person we see in the trailer is Kirby? I don't
Uh,
know.
I think that's possible. I would probably go with Sam if we're doing like a gut reaction right now.
Yeah,
I'd say Sam. Because Tara's the first one in 5. So would you do
that's
Tara
right.
again? Maybe.
Maybe, but probably
Yeah.
not. Right? I
Yeah.
bet it's gonna be
No, I
someone.
like your idea. We should. Now, to my credit, I want to just like, you had all the pictures that were stolen from you and circulated. I want to pat
Yep,
myself on the back. I got like 9. I did like a final predictions kind of video. I got like almost literally everything right. Almost literally, not
dude.
a good phrase, but I got the order of every death right. And the only mistake I made is I said that Chad died. That's what I
Wow.
predicted, the order that
Did you
every single
really?
person dies correctly.
That's
And then the only
nuts.
mistake is I said Chad died when he didn't. So
Wow,
so I feel like I can win this
dude.
if we're gonna do it.
Applause, bro. That's
Thank you.
impressive. Did you nail the
Well,
order of
people
the
messaged me and
deaths?
said, people literally, when the movie came out, I got because like the video kind of like popped off because like you can predict, and I got so many comments saying you're just an insider, like you scammed us. And it's like,
Mhm.
no, I just watched the trailer too many times, really. But no joke, I got so many
Wow.
people saying like you're just an
That's
insider, so you're fake, and it's like, well,
Oh, come on, man.
whatever.
Guys, listen, I will tell you right now, Alex is definitely the furthest thing from fake you're going to
Fake.
ever find. Let me just tell you. Val, thank you. The general, thank you
Thank
so much
you.
for putting this in the chat. Yeah, we're going to be, please head over and subscribe. Please do. Alex is a great friend of the channel, great friend of mine. He is my literally my. I never thought I would ever say I have a gaming inside connection. I'm like
I wish I could say
seriously,
that.
right? You are, dude. Just look in the mirror. but uh, but seriously, Alex is great content. You're gonna love his stuff if you haven't seen it
Mhm.
yet. Does great Scream 6 coverage as well as gaming. So don't be scared if you're not a gamer because again, he does anytime there's a Scream 6 news story, he's on it, man. He is on. A lot of times he's got videos out before I do. I'm like, dude, bro, I can't. Alex is beating me. I can't. It's like, man, I'm behind, you know. So he definitely you want to just be reserved there. I mean, and subscribe there rather, and it's going to be heating up because Alex, the Scream 6 coverage is just going to get more intense from this point
Yeah,
forward.
I'm ready.
Yeah,
I'm honestly ready. Like, because of the games I cover and stuff, like that era. Not, I mean, I'll still cover it, but you can feel like the tide turning. And as December comes, it's the end of games and going into the holidays. And then, like, it's a perfect time for me personally. It's a perfect time because really the last of the games are coming out around probably when the trailer would come. And then you kind of hand it off you just hand off the flame to the next. So no, I'm really pumped. I'm really excited. The Nev thing aside, I'm excited for this film like a lot. And I just
yeah,
all we do, and people get it confused on Twitter and stuff, but not the chat, just other people don't pay attention. We only want like what's best for the movie or what we think is
absolutely
best.
right. That's right.
And I criticize the movie most likely more than any of the other screen creators. I think that's pretty easy to say, but I just want the movie to be the best version of itself that it can be. That's all. you
That's
know.
it. I think we all there's like basically 50 people here with us, and I think we all would agree that's what we all want to see. We want to see a good movie. We want to see a great story, great development of these characters, and just an awesome surprise
Yeah.
twist.
I
I
like, I
want
wanna
to,
walk out and say I loved Sam. Like,
yeah. Oh,
people
me
that
too.
get so caught up in the arguments with these characters, they forget that that's really where it comes from. Is like, I want to walk out of this next one and say they did it. They did it. It'd be less to talk about, I guess, because you just say they did it one, you know what I mean? But
Eh,
but I want to do it. I want Sam to be a character that I love a ton. All of these, and I love Tara. So, you
yeah,
know,
me too.
I just want the best for it. And I do think, and I think both of us have said it so many times. I think 6 has such an easy shot of being better than 5. It's not even that hard.
Right. No,
And five's like, and
100%.
that makes it sound like five's awful, but five's actually pretty
No,
solid. I just
no, it
think
is.
six
Yeah.
six really has a huge chance of being better. Not
Hmm.
that hard. It's not that hard to do.
No, if they because they did the West tribute in 5, and that was, and I always say a love letter to Wes. Hey Jeffrey, by the way, hi Jeffrey, welcome to the stream. I call it a letter to Wes. I think they did a good job with that, but I need them now to break out and move the franchise forward because they
Yeah.
didn't really move it forward in 5. It was just kind of almost like a bookend, if you will, to
Yeah.
some way. In some ways, I want to see this now cover new ground, and I think that the fact that they're going to New York is a good sign
Yeah.
because they're in new territory that's never been done. So that they're already starting something new,
Right.
not back to Woodsboro.
Yep.
So I'm with you, man. My hopes are high. I'm very excited about this. Yeah, we want it to be good. That's
Yeah, I don't
exactly
think
what we
there's
want.
nobody watches or comments, even most people on Twitter, but definitely comments. Nobody comments wanting the movie to be bad. That's like in this
No,
group. Like, we're here for the best of the film, and that's all.
absolutely. Yeah, we want to be able to talk about it and celebrate this movie after it comes out.
And ultimately, yeah, and
Um,
for it to be successful enough to get more, because if it's bad, then that could
yes,
mean it doesn't do well, which could mean you don't. This is it. You know what I mean? And
that's right.
so,
Exactly. And it says we've hit 61 likes. All right. Our goal was
yeah.
50. We're overachieving, Alex. Isn't that great, man? That's awesome for all of you out there who are hitting the like button. Thank you so much. It really does help the stream. And Alex and I are going to start transitioning now to wrap up. But it still helps people find this stream, and it also helps the replay. When this thing ends, YouTube puts it out like a video, and this
Yep.
will help people find the video. So also, something else that helps out the channel uh, immensely is super chats. And look here, Julian coming in with a $2 super chat. Thank you so much, Julian. If Stu does happen in 6, what would be the story? Ooh. Now, Alex, I've thought this, as you guys, Alex, I'm the conductor of the Stu train. You know this.
Indeed.
And I give a lot of thought to all matters of Stu Macher.
Yeah.
And before I share my version of what the story would be, I'd like to know if do you have one in mind of what you think they might do if
in 6?
Yeah, I know. I'm thinking 7, right? 7's probably where I am wanting to see it happen. But let's go with Julian's thing, and let's say it happens in 6. What do you think?
What you gotta lean into the online kind of cult thing, that they did with 5 with the like. I think I saw, was it maybe Tristan on Twitter talk about like they should retroactively make it so there is a link between either Richie and Stu or Amber, and I think that would be what I would go for. The issue is I don't really think you can do it if you're not in Woodsboro. So if you're away, if you're in a big city, because I think what would be best for the character would to be kind of retroactively make 5 part of the what he did, but that's hard when you're not there anymore. So that's why I don't really know if it would work. You know what I mean? But that's probably what I would do. Have them, one of them be connected, have the website, the Reddit, whatever equivalent, and then just have people kind of doing his. I don't know. I don't know if I've ever been super for the idea of people doing his bidding because he did Billy. So like, would he step up and be this kind of mastermind? I just like the idea. I would like the idea of him just coming back in general, but not being somebody that's controlling. He's not a mastermind. I don't know.
I don't know, Alex. Remember last time we saw him, he was a 17-year-old kid. He's nearly 50 now. That's a lot of time, man.
Dropping on his head lost some brain cells or something?
No. If nothing else, it got him. It charged him up. It electrified him to do even more things.
Possible. That's true.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just throwing that out there as an idea because I do it too. We sometimes think of Stu as that 17-year-old.
True.
Not really thinking about him as being 49 years old.
Has Matthew Lillard really changed too much though from 17 to 50 though? As
No.
a personality, he's kind of
no.
personality. So,
but you know what? Here's the thing that Stu had, and it doesn't take a lot of brains. Here's the thing: when we use the term mastermind, and there's a lot of baggage with that word because typically that means someone who's brilliant.
Yeah, like
it's someone
who's Jigsaw,
like Jigsaw, planning all this stuff out and making. That's not what I'm really. When I'm talking about Stu, look at every cult and real cult leaders. Those people are not always the most intelligent people. Let's be honest. All right, they're not. They're not that smart. But what they are gifted in reaching and connecting to people. What did Stu Macher? What was his biggest attribute? I think it was his charismatic personality.
Yeah,
people liked him. They listened to, and so all you need, and this is part of the Stu Macher trial that we did, the People versus Stu Macher.
Yeah,
we actually looked at cult leaders and their attributes. Charismatic is number one. To lead a cult, you've got to be able to draw people to you. You have to be engaging. You have to be someone that people lean in on and they trust you. Yeah. And that's how you start. That's how these cult leaders get their cults built.
Right.
Stu Macher has all those attributes. That's all he needs. And when you do that, then it's and remember what Amber said. She said, No. She says, I was radicalized.
Yeah.
Remember that? I just wanted to be a part of something.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Anyway, and so I mean, I'm not trying to sell you on my idea. I'm just saying, like
no, you're right.
I mean, sometimes we think of mastermind, and with really cult leader it's really more about personality.
Yeah.
Than it is about having like logistically smart
True.
engineering skills or things like this.
Yeah.
But anyway, but to your point, it's okay not to want that though. It's like I hear you. So you're saying you'd like to see more of him coming back, not a cult situation, just
Yeah. I'm just back.
him returning. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm listen. I'm cool with that too. Like I'm fine with the. I love the cult idea, because I think they laid the groundwork
Yeah.
with Amber's comments about being radicalized. I thought that was interesting.
Yeah.
But anyway, I think real quick for me, Julian, on mine, it would be basically. I'll give you the fastest version I can give you. I need to do a whole video on. I've actually touched on this in some videos, I think, but I want to do a new Stu video talking about this. So basically, Stu would be introduced in 7, but we'll say 6 for now. My dream is 7, but let's say it happens in 6. He's introduced into the movie, and we see him, and we see Sam working. Sam's on her job. She works at a coffee house, like a Starbucks type place, or a bar. Either one works in my scenario, where you're serving people. It's not unusual for people to sit there and be there regularly. And so he knows about Sam. He knows that Sam is Billy's daughter. The closest relationship Stu's ever had was with Billy Loomis, and that's been gone for 20 plus years. So now he has a daughter, so he wants to have a relationship like he had with Billy, and who better than Billy's own blood, flesh and blood daughter. So he wants to infiltrate her life and hopefully build a relationship to where she'll kill with him.
Yeah.
And he knows she's already killed Richie, and that was public news. So my idea is that we see Sam working at the bar or the Starbucks, whatever. Stu comes in. She doesn't know what he looks like. She has no reason to know what he looks like. He comes in, orders a coffee, orders a drink. Anyway, they start talking, what have you. And he comes back regularly to where she sees him like all the time coming in. Oh, it's your normal time to see you. And basically they start to form a relationship to the point where she, again, he's charismatic, Stu. She gives him his phone number. They start to talk. She never brings him around anybody. Because she doesn't want anyone to think she's dating too soon because of what happened with Richie. And at the end of the day, we get to the end of this movie, and Stu finally tells her, of course, he doesn't say he's Stu. Obviously, he's got a fake name. He tells her who he is. I'm really Stu Macher. I'm your dad's best friend. We killed together. And all of a sudden, he's like, I want us to kill together. And there you go. She says no, and then they go crazy, and Stu gets killed at the end of the day. But that's, again, I'm just giving you a really quick version of it. That's my story, as I would like to see that happen. You have that, or you have the cult leader idea. When he could still be a cult leader and do that, because he could have the Ghostface people killing
Right.
while he's doing this. So anyway, Julia, that's our stories here in a nutshell for Stu. And fingers crossed. And also, guys, another super chat's come in from the Real Myers. Says, I'm just here to off people. Have a nice day. I love it. Michael, don't go in the chat, man. All right. I don't kill.
He must
don't kill
not
everyone.
He must not have seen Halloween Ends because he doesn't do much in it.
Oh, well, this is the real.
How does it feel to be passed up in your own movie?
Oh, dude. Don't get me started.
I just like to throw it in there. I got to bring controversy with me wherever I go.
Of course. I love that. And real quick for Julian and the Real Michael Myers, for your super chat, I'll do one clip for both of you guys here. We'll do them together. And it's a question that sometimes you just have to ask yourself, is where are my underpants?
Where's my underpants? Where's my underpants? Where's my underpants? Where's my underpants? Where's my underpants? Where did my underpants go? Where's my underpants?
What was that?
I don't know. You know that group Moose and Toaster and Moose. I'm
Yeah.
I'm actually reaching out to try to get them on the channel to
Those
perform
two.
live. Yes, to try to get them on the channel, dude, for live music. I'm serious, bro.
My God, I don't even know what to say.
Oh my gosh. Mark Robinson's in the house again. I want to say hi there to Mark Robinson. Sarah says, I would love to see more dedicated Stu videos. Well, thanks, Sarah. I appreciate that. I'm going to do that. I'm going to put that theory. I'm going to flesh it out more and put it into a video. I think it's time. Oh yeah. So Stu videos, heart. Love it. Polar. Now, Alex, you get us this reference. If they date, she needs to give him a few taps on the face with the sucker, which sends him into an unexpected rage. Do you remember the scene with Tatum?
Oh, yes. Okay.
Do you
Yeah.
remember that?
Yeah.
And then Jason says, "We need more. We want, love, more Stu talk and video. Let's go. Stu never dies."
I don't think there's anything more controversial than talking about Stu to some people on Twitter and YouTube. So
That's
my
a good
hot
point.
takes aren't even that bad, to be honest.
No, you're right. You're right. We need Stu for at least 2 or 3 movies. 100%, Jason. I agree. 100%. All right. All right, guys. We're going to wrap it up now. We've gone longer than we thought. We've almost gone 2 hours. Alex, thank you for spending time with me, man. I know we went a little bit longer than we were thinking. Where my Val, they're real questions of life. Where are my underpants? Last question here, guys. One more question from Nathaniel, and we'll end with this. Nathaniel says, Craven and Alex, what's your best case scenario for 6 in regards to character building for the new ones coming in?
The new character?
So the new characters, I guess, integrating them and building, character building and integrating them, I'm guessing.
Yeah. Well, see, I don't have like a goal. I have like generic response. It's like you just have to make us care about the character in some way. Again, like I do assume a couple of them are literally there to die, and you're really not going to get anything. Like Vince was there to die. I don't think that was actually a smart decision, but he was there to die. I go to Liv kind of as like my example where like I liked her and I thought, and she was like a first time actress and stuff, and I thought she did good. I feel like they didn't trust her or they just didn't have the time or whatever, didn't want to focus on that character. But like, she's an example of someone who had like a shocking thing happen to her, but we really didn't build that character enough. For being one of the final, 6 characters in the film. Like she made it to the very end.
Yeah.
She started the final fight. So something like her, and then a little bit more built up for everybody. Because like Wes had something just in like the one outside the high school scene.
Yeah, man.
About what the tracking app. I like that.
Yeah.
And so you immediately know what kind of character he is, and then you kill him immediately after. And yet again, you could argue like a CC thing. She's in one scene and then she dies.
Yeah.
But she has a very long. It's a long scene.
It's a long scene. Yes, and it didn't feel like
both of them. Both like the scene that you introduced her in is long, and then her death is one of the highlights of the whole film.
It is. Yep.
Wes's death is not one of the highlights. It stands out, I guess, because of the graphicness, but. He was there literally to get a Wes party, not even for him, which is like, I respect them for honoring. And I said this when the movie came out. I respect them for honoring Wes Craven. But like, if I was Dylan Minnette, I'd be pretty upset where it's like, you literally used me as a character. Like, it's not even about my character. And then you added this to Judy. You added that she had a son, which a lot of people were kind of questioning. And you literally did nothing with it. You just killed him. So,
that
was a lot of complaining and that wasn't a lot of answers, but something like Liv, but built more,
Yes. Yeah, I agree 100%, man. if you're going to integrate these characters in, let's get them in, but give us more screen time. I mean, we only see Liv like
It's like
4
4
times.
yeah, it's like 4 or 5 scenes.
Like 4 scenes. That's it. And those scenes we see her, she has maybe 1 or 2 lines.
She's not the main, like, you see her outside the high school, she's not the
Yeah.
main focus. She's actually like
No.
the 5th focus. Is she in the hospital? She's where, she's in the where Mindy's explaining the stuff. And she has a couple fun lines, some jokes, back and forth.
Mhm.
That's good. But she's again like, because Dewey's there, Sam's there, Richie's there, Mindy's there. Yeah, she's maybe the 5th wheel in that scene too. So she never carries, or the only scene she carries is her death. Like when she walks in and she's hyperventilating and stuff.
Right.
It's like, she can act. So, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So she did really good there. It's they just didn't give her a chance to do it
No.
in any other scene.
It's too bad
because
because
the bar. So maybe it's 5. 4 or
maybe it's
5.
5. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, but even then, if they would have been able to get her more engaged and developed, we would have really felt when she got shot in the head. We would have
Yeah.
been like, "Oh gosh."
And
Like,
they
as
hid
a
her and they hid Amber, I'd assume, to make
Mhm.
us believe it's one of them, which we did. We all kind of assumed it was one
Yep.
of those two.
Yeah. Yeah, Liv was Liv would have been a great killer. Like
Yeah.
she would have been a good ghost face in this movie.
Yeah.
Real quick, I said that was our last one, but hang on a minute. We got a $5 super chat coming in here, right here from the real Michael Myers. He says, "Plot twist. That wasn't me. I was never in the movie at all. David Gordon Green told me to stay home because he wanted a Michael Myers movie like H3." There you go, Alex.
Nice.
In response to your
My comedy got you a super chat.
That's right. Michael Myers says, "I'm going to be heard. I'm not going to go down like that, Alex. I'm coming. I'm going to respond." So there you go,
Yeah.
Michael, real Michael Myers. Thank you for that super chat. That's very kind of you. And we'll end with the clip here, and then we're going to say good day, not good night, good day. And Alex, you're into pop culture. You're into celebrities, Twitter. You're on the pulse of that stuff. So,
You have like an Elon Musk one? Is that what this is leading to?
oh gosh. Well, this is something that maybe perhaps celebrities without makeup. So let's see what Moose and Toaster have to say about that. Here we go. Here we go.
I was surrounded by 30 dirty celebrities without makeup. Everybody looks like they just woke up. Everybody's so famous, but without makeup, I can't tell who anyone is.
There you go, man.
Do they lean into it? Do they know? Without getting too mean, if you want them on your channel, do they know, or are they are they aware of the situation?
I mean, well, they do get a little more specific.
Lindsay Lohan on the sand beating coconuts.
Look at all the coconuts.
Everybody's so famous, but without makeup, I can't tell who anyone is.
Bro, that kills me every time. Look at all the coconuts. Like,
it's interesting layering. Like, I like guitar layering. That's a vocal overlay, a little different, but
look at Val. Oh gosh.
hey, they're entertaining.
They're very entertaining. I mean, seriously, I'm seriously got to get them on this stream. And we could be like, "Hey guys, we're gonna take 5. Let's listen to Moose and Toaster and Moose." They just start breaking into live music. All right, guys, we're gonna leave it there. Good day to you too, Michael Myers. Thank you for your super chats. I want to thank everyone today for your super chats. Sarah Campbell for gifting a membership today. That was so kind of you. Return of the Living Fled. Thank you, Kyle, for your membership as well. And you guys have been so generous. I want to ask you one more time to please subscribe to Podcast Now. The link to his channel is in the chat, in the description. It's all there. And you can actually just go to the search engine and put in
Yeah.
podcast now,
You'll find me.
and boom, it'll pop right
There
up.
was a time where you would not. You would not
That's
find me for
true.
a long time, but
Yes, sir. But look,
I've
you
risen
know,
above.
you've risen way above, my friend, and continuing to rise above. And so be sure you guys show him a lot of love on his channel. Go subscribe, watch his videos. He's got great Scream content as well. Like, leave comments. And if you haven't subscribed here to Craven Something Scary, please do. We'd love for you to be a part of the family. We do this all the time. I stream an average of 3 times a week. That's about what it comes out to generally. So sometimes more, sometimes it could be less, but it's usually 3 times. So we'd love to have you all here again. And I'll be streaming Saturday night to get my bearings. Saturday night, I'll be back at my usual slot, 9:30 p.m. And don't forget the Lethal Collective tomorrow at 5 p.m. Lethal Collective episode. And I'll see you. That's actually when I'll be streaming next. Will be the Lethal Collective tomorrow. But Alex, real quick, anything going on your channel you want to share? Any big potential news or previews coming up?
I'm covering God of War, the game, Hogwarts Legacy, the Harry Potter RPG that's getting gameplay tomorrow. Actually, I'll be live tomorrow too, but it'll be covering that. It'll be
Nice.
earlier in the day. And I try to throw in. I've done actually more over the last couple of weeks. There's been at least like 2 Scream videos a week, and once it picks up, I mean, it'll be almost, if not a daily, kind of thing for Scream over the next. And then people complain, but it's fine. But over the next couple months, it's going to shift. So people that obviously know me for Scream, they'll be probably happy that I'll be covering it a lot more.
Oh yeah, I will be. That's for sure. I see a lot of collabs and streams in our my friend.
I was actually going to literally yesterday. I've been playing God of War, so I'm trying to get this game done. But literally yesterday, no joke. I know people say that as like a cliche.
No.
And I was thinking yesterday, I was like, we haven't done our thing on my channel. I was
know.
looking at the calendar over the night, but 2 weeks is Thanksgiving. But you're going to be on mine very soon. So
Good. Well, anytime, buddy. I always have a pleasure joining you, and I love having you here as well. So
yeah.
It's going to pick up even more. And once that trailer comes out, bro, look out. There's going to be literally every day.
It'll be a lot of fun. I mean, it's a better place, I think, when there's just a lot of Scream talk going on, and everybody is really nice, and theories. I was looking back at my past videos of what it's like to be kind of like in that lead up, and it's a special thing for games, movies to be in that push to for even Halloween that you guys did. It's something special to being part of that.
It really is, man. And it's something, it's permanent memories. Like it's really cool, and I'm so excited that we're going to get to ride this wave, because you and I met on the Scream 5 whenever you invited me on your channel
last
for that
December.
Last December. Yeah. So
I feel like we got to do it again.
Absolutely. And not only that, the cool thing is, now that we've gotten to, know each other since that first stream and really have a relationship together, we're going to be able to experience this together in a way much deeper than we did for 5. Right. I mean, we already are.
Yeah.
We're already had more conversations now than we did together. So I'm excited to see us covering the movie together as well in our joint videos and streams. And anyway, it's going to be so much fun. So we're getting ready to buckle up, folks. We're like 4 weeks away or so. Trailer. But anyway, this has been fun, guys. Hello, Ernie. We're just about to head out, but man, be sure and check out the replay, Ernie. It's been a great conversation with Alex here this morning, as we've been talking about nothing but Scream 6. Well, and Scream 5.
And a little Halloween, Texas
and a little
Chainsaw,
bit.
a couple of different.
That's true. We did sprinkle in a couple of things.
See, people think I only care about Scream.
We're debunking the rumors live. All right, guys. Well, everyone at home, thank you again for watching. Have a great rest of your day. Appreciate all your generosity for those that gave super chats and memberships. And I will see you all at the Lethal Collective tomorrow and Saturday night back here at 9:30 Central Time. Alex, I'll see you backstage.
Indeed.
Everyone else, have a great day. Bye, guys.